Hi, welcome to the Maria Sanchez Show. We are live Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching us live, we do appreciate it. And if you look at our website, you can see all the archives that we've published since we have been up in production, which is August of this summer. And we're live. This is the beginning. We've done 4 weeks live. So welcome to the program. Thank you so much for being with us. If it's Monday, that must mean that it's Crime Stoppers time, and we have Bob Worthley with us in studio. Bob visits with us every Monday to talk about the county's most wanted. It's published tomorrow morning, Tuesday, in the Ventura County Star. And Bob, you, excuse me, Crime Stoppers have been fairly busy these days, haven't you?
We've been very busy. The tip volume has gone up significantly over the last several months. And I validated so far over the last 30 days, I'm up to 10 tips which have led to felony arrests already. So we're doing okay. We're hopping.
I would say.
And go to our site and donate to PayPal. We need reward money coming up.
And before we get into the specifics about who is wanted this week for the county, let our viewers know how they go about making a tip and the fact that it is anonymous.
Okay, we utilize special encryption software for maintaining anonymity of the confidential informants come into us. So you want to go to 1-800-222-TIPS, that's 8477, and it gets you into a bilingual call center. And that bilingual call center, they will take the tip information down, they press the send button, and some of us here in the county, we receive it on our BlackBerries, and within a minute we can have it distributed to any law enforcement agency in the county. The second way is go to our website, VenturaCountyCrimeStoppers.org, and you press on the web tips. And when you go to web tips, what happens, it'll bring a form. You have your choice of Spanish or English. You can write down all of the information that you have. It might be drug activity in your neighborhood, the crime that's happening, so forth. And the same thing, when you press the button, it's sent to us. We get it to law enforcement. Both cases, you're given a tip number back that you use as a PIN number, so we can get back to you on the web, or you get back through the call center by calling them in at a certain time, and you'll be able to collect the money or collect the reward without having to give your identity. It's totally very confidential all the way through the process. And we have a third way, and that's text messaging, and that's you text busted to crimes, CRIMES, and then put the tip in there. And the same thing, we have instant communications in two-way.
So what I'd like to suggest that I didn't realize before is that it's not just about calling in information about somebody that we're promoting today or that you have on your website in the past. It's also about providing information to law enforcement about activities that you believe may be illegal and that you could start an investigation?
I can give you a very good example.
Okay, good.
We had one not too long ago, and the tipster had come in through the web, and a couple of times the person had provided information about suspicious activity of a residence in his neighborhood, and he had children. He was really worried about it. 4 males living in there, comings and goings all parts of the day and night. Well, surveillance was done on the residence. He had enough information. He got some license plate numbers and so forth, and we communicated via the web, and it turned out we had 4 arrests.
Wow.
And the arrests, a couple of them were on parole. We had weapons, silencers, ammunition, drugs for sale, counterfeit money, counterfeit Social Security cards, counterfeit driver's licenses. And a couple of the people were under the influence. Now that's larger than most, but that's very typical. We've also had a couple of cases where we've had meth houses that were busted as a result of information that we got from a neighbor. So we're not looking for barking dogs,
right.
But if you really suspect that there's real good criminal activity, document as well as you can, give us license numbers and information, and if it's on the web, particularly, we can have a two-way communications with you. But that's how it is. But again, you see a crime in commission and you dial 911, tell them, hey, this is on a Crime Stoppers tip, we can still pay the reward.
Okay. So let's get to the most wanted.
The most wanted.
Yeah.
Popularity contest.
Ready, Rod.
Of the week. Okay. First of all, we have Christina Marie Ferguson. She's white, 27, 5'1", 115, brown hair, green eyes, violation of probation warrant for 4 counts of possession of stolen property, 4 counts of grand theft, 2 counts of burglary, and 2 counts of identity theft. She's been arrested something like 36 times here in the county.
Goodness.
27.
Yeah.
Augusto Chapa, Hispanic, 26, 5'5", 150, brown hair, brown eyes. He's wanted on a parole warrant for absconding. He had a failure to appear warrant for resisting arrest, and he's on parole for robbery with a knife. He is apparently a Moorpark gangbanger. That's his origins. We have an unknown Hispanic male. Now, check the Crime Stoppers website, and I believe we'll have a link here to get to that coming up. And what this is the Oxnard Police Department has caught a number of people on surveillance cameras that have been involved with thefts in various convenience stores, and they're having a heck of a time finding those. If you see this unknown Hispanic male and you know who he is, call Oxnard Police Detective Hannah Estrada at 385-7687 and refer to report number 19379-3 if you recognize this guy. Or you can submit the tip through the normal Crime Stoppers means. And we have a grand total of 9 of these right now, and they're on the Crime Stoppers website.
Good. Thank
you. Next is Bowie Scott Stensnys. He's white, 25. He's 5'7", 150, brown hair, brown eyes. He's wanted on another parole warrant for absconding, and he's on parole for a sex crime. He cut off his GPS device. We really want this guy. Maria Nelly Carranza. She's Hispanic, 23, 5 foot 130, black hair, brown eyes. She's wanted failure to appear warrant for assault with a deadly weapon and battery, which did serious bodily injury. Only 23. Dominic Brittany Garcia. This is a male. He's a mix, black Hispanic, 25, 160, brown hair, hazel eyes. He's wanted for violation of a probation warrant for corporal injury to a spouse, which says bodily injury resulting from a willful act to another, and also for dissuading a witness. Let's see. This guy, it's a no bail warrant, and he's had several local failure to obey domestic orders. So along that line there. And notice on these today, out of the 5 we've given, the average age is only 25 years old. This is really, really disturbing.
It's a young bunch, and you had 2 females for the first time, because we've only had one woman before that I recall since you've been visiting with us on the program.
I believe you're right there.
The shaved head gal.
Uh-huh.
You were like, yes, that's a woman.
She was interesting.
And then before our segment ends, we have a poster to show that we've referenced in prior conversations about your program with Crime Stoppers and the schools. And if there you go, that's the poster there. And that's to encourage schools to get involved with Crime Stopper activity that may be happening on the school, again, but not as a snitch, but just in terms of if there's something going on and the school doesn't know about it. There's an officer that's on premises that helps with that?
We have school resource officers on many of the schools in the county, and these are one of the things that I hate to see go away with budget cuts. But the school resource officers, we encourage the students, and this is a means by doing it, they contact them if they know of any drug activity or weapons on the campus or people have committed any other crimes. And they go to the school resource officer. It's totally confidential. It's anonymous. The students are never disclosed who they are, and we're authorized to give them a cash reward if they give information that leads to either an arrest or an administrative action.
And you said there had been fairly good success with this program, with the schools.
When I started counting back into corporate minutes, going back a couple of years, I realized that we're up to over 1,000 in those schools, just like we're up to over 1,000 felony arrests of the life of the program from Ventura County Crime Stoppers. So it's a program that we want to expand more, and our only limitation at this time is funding. Mm-hmm. So if we're too successful, we have a problem.
Which is a good problem.
It's a good one to have. But thanks for the generous people that have helped us, though.
And we should mention too that the rewards that are given are also given anonymously. That if you so want, and there's ways to do that, including picking up the cash, so that every your identity is protected, and I know that you talked about encrypting and all that stuff, but one of the conversations that we've had prior is that if you are picking up money, then how does somebody know, how do you keep that anonymous? And you've detailed that in the past. So it's good from beginning to end that your anonymity is protected.
Absolutely.
And Bob is looking for somebody to take over his reign at the end of this year. And so we just want to keep cultivating that in the community. It is a volunteer position, but it's something that you want to move on to other volunteer opportunities in your life. And so you've just signed up for your new year, right?
One more year
as
president,
so
right.
We would like to groom somebody to take over Bob's position. Not that we don't want you in studio, but we want you to be able to have your aspirations.
We'd also like to find some retired law enforcement that would like to work also with Leo Alvarez in producing the most wanted and a lot of the technical stuff we have in the background. Between us, we do the website and so forth. But if we had a retired law enforcement officer who also is really good with IT stuff, we could use that help also.
Okay. Well, thank you, Bob Worthley, as he gives his time to the community to help our little Mayberry be safer than it is already. You're watching the Maria Sanchez Show with Crime Stoppers Bob Worthley. When we come back, we have DMC Transmission's owner. His name is Donnie Casamisi, and I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, although I'm infamous for butchering up people's names. He's going to be speaking with us about the Los Angeles Auto Show, as well as what DMC Transmissions has been to us here in the community. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. The Maria Sanchez Show.